CDS with functions, and we discussed about the what is the purpose of preserve key, the annotation which is coming by default. Still we have to discuss couple of the annotations which are been coming from the standard. Okay, we have seen how to define a key for the CDS fee and what is the functionality of preserve key. Okay, so let me share my screen. Give me a minute. Yes or no? Anybody?
See, yes, we are able to see.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so yes, last class, as we said, we discussed about the what are the basic functions, guys, that are inbuilt function, guys. Apart from that, you can use other things which is like calculation thing according to your requirement. You can do what are the calculations which you have, and we can use some function modules also, standard function modules as a part of CDS also you can use. But how to use that, that is a different concept that we'll discuss as in subsequent classes, guys. I'll let you know the concept, how to use it. Okay, so fine, let's create one basic CDS. Given, I'll just using one of the sales order report. Now going further, I'll start using the standard CDS, guys. Okay, now how to use it, it is the same as how you use database core database table, the same thing. Okay, now see here.
Satish, can you give a small recap on these functions? Actually, Friday I missed the class. I mean, like Saturday.
Oh, okay. Okay, we'll be, as a part of this, you'll let you know. Okay, we'll use
Yeah.
just how to what are the best standardized functions like division module and like date function, date difference of date, how to calculate valid of date. These all things concatenate. Okay, uppercase converting to uppercase. These are inbuilt keywords as a part of CDS.
Okay.
Okay, so that all things we discussed.
Okay.
Just a
Yeah.
minute,
In case if
guys.
anyone is recorded this session, that is fine. Just give it just brief about it.
I think recording is done. I think yeah, I'll let you know on that.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Fine, now let me take sales, just using sales delivery report. Okay, 01 description also. Okay, just I'm creating a CDS. Oh, I'm selecting a define view. We can do what are the things which we require. Okay, here first provide the name of the CDS, view name, okay, view name, and followed by this, just I'm changing as a standardized names only for look and feel. Okay, now here we know what is this particular annotation. Okay, we have not discussed about this, fine. We have discussed about preserve key. We know what is this particular. Now what is the purpose of this authorization control? What is the purpose of access control authorization?
Just small recap on preserve key. Just small.
Okay,
Just one.
okay, so basically we have a flexibility. Basically, in just a minute. Okay, basically whenever you create a CDS, it is always recommended to define the key fields in the CDS. Okay, key. For example, if any field which is part of the standard table VBAP. Now VBLN, VPOSNR is already a key field. Doesn't matter. Okay, even you specify key, you should specify key in the CDS. In the backend view, automatically this will be stored as a key. Now I specified, apart from this, I specified one more key field. So what happens is in SQL view, in the backend, when you go here, the key field will be checked. The field key, this field will be checked as a key field in the backend view. That will be done if this annotation is there. Okay, it is only to preserve the key. Okay, name itself says preserve the key in the SQL view. The keys which you specified in CDS, it is used to preserve that keys in the SQL view. If this annotation is used, then only it will be stored as a key in the backend SQL view, else it will not be stored as a S checkbox.
Okay.
I shown that as a part of example. Okay, so now the next is an authorization control, guys. What is the purpose of this particular authorization control? Guys, basically here there is a concept. When we, at the time of starting CDS, we discussed DML, DCL, DML, DDL, DCL. DML represents for data manipulation language, that is nothing but a regular table, okay, which we create like an SE level table. The same thing can be created using Eclipse. Since in Eclipse, since S4 on premises as an SE11 transaction, so most of the people doesn't use it. But when you go to the cloud versions, there is no SE11, SE12. Then if you want to create a table, then you need to use a DML, which need to be created by Eclipse only. Okay, now even though when, see here, for example, if I open any table in this Eclipse, it doesn't shows like using SC11. See here, this is nothing but a DML, guys. If you see here, it VBAP is showing a defined table annotation, defined table, okay, and followed by these all things, guys. See field with foreign key relation. What are the things? This is nothing but just SC11. Whatever the table which is created in SC11, that is showing like this. So in the similar pattern, you can create your own table using Eclipse. Okay, that is nothing but a DML. Now DCL, nothing but the CDS which you are creating, sorry, DDL, CDS which we are creating here are DDLs, data definition language. Now next is a DCL, data control language. Okay, in name itself it specifies data control. It is used to specify authorizations to the CDS. For example, I created a CDS for this and I want to assign some authorizations, then the DCL comes into picture. Okay, now if this annotation authorization control, sorry, access control dot authorization check is there, then only you can apply a DCL to this. Means if authorization check annotation is there with an option of check, then only you can create a DCL on top of that. You can create a DCL on top of that. Now what happens is you need to create a regular CDS, doesn't matter. Creation of CDS is regular. And top of that, you need to create separate DCL, guys, data definition language. Sorry, data control language. Sorry, guys, data control language, DCL, data control language. It is used to control the authorizations of the CDS. How to do it, we'll see it, guys. Now, specifically, I'm just explaining that concept due to this annotation. If this annotation is been specified with an option of check, then you can apply DCL to this particular CDS. For example, here there are possible values. I can specify not required. For example, I am specifying not required. I have one more option, not required. If I specify the annotation as not required, then you cannot create DCL to this particular type of CDS. You can create, but it doesn't impact on your output. It doesn't impact on it because you specified at the first starting at the runtime of the CDS not required. Even though any authorizations applied to this CDS using DCL, data control language, then it is not going to, even though it is created DCL with this CDS, it will not going to check at the runtime, not required. Okay, the possible values are check or not required, which option you want. So by default what we do is always we make it as check. In future if we required, we can specify the authorizations. If there is no authorization, even though there is a check, doesn't matter. Even though there is a check, doesn't matter if there is no DCLs for this particular CDS. Hope it's clear, guys. Any questions on this?
Yes, yes. There is no question.
Okay, right. Now here I'm going to create a CDS on the I underscore sales document, a standard CDS, sales document item. Sales document item. This is a standard CDS, guys. We are familiar. I shown this is on top of VBAP. Doesn't matter. Okay. Now I'm going to fetch some of the fields here. VBLN is represented as sales document. POSNR is represented as sales document item. These all things are there. Okay. Now I'm going to specify key sales document followed by key followed by sales document item. Okay. Likewise, I can fetch what are the fields which I require. Document category, that's fine. Document category and no need to specify again alias name, guys. As sales document, no need to specify. Only if you are creating a first CDS which is on top of core table, instead of technical names, you need to specify alias name. If required, you can specify it. Okay, again you can specify ABC, but already there is a meaningful name, so no need to specify one more alias name. Okay, unnecessary of complication. Okay, I'm just using creation date. Followed by, I just use division. These all things I can take it. Sales organization. Okay, yeah, material. Material by customer. Okay, followed by international number. That's okay. EN number. Batch is fine. Couple of fields, guys. Just I'm taking all few fields. Part of standard. Additional. This is not fine. I'm okay. Material group. That's all. Even that's your wish. Something I want. Mostly I'm interested in the quantity and amount fields. Finally, sales order item text, document text, ARK text.
So here you use two keys. What is the difference between those two?
Yeah, just used a sales order number and item number because this is a part from VBAP.
Okay.
So there will
Okay.
be two
Two
key
keys.
fields, right?
Only
Sorry.
those two are keys. Okay.
Yes. How many number of keys? Which fields you want to make key fields? You can specify key.
Yeah. So
That's it. How?
I thought of
Yeah.
actually, so by using one key and separated by comma, so I thought of
No.
all these are key fields. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So finally, order TT. And followed by quantity unit. Followed by amount. Okay, where is amount? Base unit. Okay, net amount currency. For net amount, it represents NET WR, right? Okay. And followed by transaction currency. And what is this NETPR? Net price amount. Okay, and followed by I'm last taking some other field, net price quantity per piece. It's per piece or anything. Fine. Now saving it till this point, just I'm fetching all the fields from this particular CDS. Okay. Now this is my, I'm using annotation at the rate of VDM type, view type. I'm going to specify composite, guys, because I'm writing on top of another CDS. It doesn't involve any of my core tables. So it should be a composite, no basic now. Composite. Okay. Now this is the basic things that you need to specify. Still we will go add on, guys. Simply right now for this point I'm activating it. Okay. Now simply execute it to check is it till this point. See, whenever you create a CDS, do not write all 100 functions at a time and do testing. Step by step, guys. Go by step. Okay, for now I fetched only data. Until this point I'm executing it to make sure that it is working as expected. Yes, there is no issue till this point. Okay. Now I'm going to apply couple of functions. Now my next requirement is whenever where is a customer material is there, customer material by customer. If this field is blank, then material should come in that field. If this field is blank, then material should come in this particular field. So now I'm going to apply a case. Now see here, guys, simply instead of catching case, okay, when, how we written in regular select, same thing. When customer material is initial, then I'm going to specify this particular thing. Then this display material only, else display customer material. How you written in regular, same thing again. And as followed by material customer, material by customer, customer material, some meaningful name, customer material. That's it. See here. Now saving it till this point, you can imply n number of things, a b c d e f g h, that's your wish case cases. Okay, activating it, same thing, function fh. Yes, here customer material, same copied, almost same. There is no, initially this field was blank because it's a dev system and nobody maintained the customer material. If there is some difference means there is a customer material in that. Right now there is no customer material. Fine. Similar pattern, I'll just take delivery status, overall delivery status. Now overall delivery status is part of VBAK table, guys. Okay, just a minute. Now S11 VBAK followed by overall status, delivery status, blocked status, billing status. Okay, overall delivery status, LFGSTK, LFGSTK. Now see here I'm going to search is LFGSTK is there or no. LFGSTK is not part of this particular CDS. But if you see here, there are n number of associations which are made. There is an association to I underscore sales document. Nothing but it is to standard table. It is to stand. It is based on the standard table I underscore sales document basic. Okay, let it be sales underscore basic. Now this is part of and top of VBAK. In top of VBAK. Now see here, guys, what I'll do is just a minute. Here in this particular thing, I underscore sales document, I have it, which is association to the CDS which I am calling. Already there is an association which is a made a relation to projection sales document, nothing but on the sales document number. It is already created a relation. Again, no need, whatever the relation which I required to the header table, this is made a relation in this particular thing. Now I will fetch the data from this particular thing. Now see here guys, simply this is the association name followed by, here I'm going to fetch the status association name dot name of this. Okay, overall delivery status, overall delivery status. This is the field, this is the field which I am going to fetch it now as delivery status. Some alias name I am going to specify here because this is a field which I am using it as per my requirement. Delivery status. That's it. Now see here how this, how can I able to use it, because this is association in my CDS which I'm using it as a part of regular joins or anything. Now already it is mentioned in this association, so simply name of the association followed by the field name. That is the advantage of association guys. Okay, now see here, if you want to build like this a CDS, it takes a night, it is the nightmare for us guys. Okay, it may take, it doesn't takes time guys, but still see how many fields it has been built, like it is to develop to like such a reusability, it takes time for us. So already standards are there, so we need to just how to find the standard, we know that, so we need to find a relevant CDS and use that part of your requirement. Now I'm using a standard one here in one of the field. I want a delivery status which is not direct field of this particular CDS, but that field is part of one of the association. That field is part of the one of the association which is in this particular CDS. So simply I'm referring to the name of the association and using the field from that association name dot name of the field. Hope it's clear till this point.
Yeah.
Any questions on this? Okay, fine. Now till this point, activating it, and simply I'm using as execute. Yep, see your delivery status is this A B C D E, but doesn't matter. A B C D, who understands? Okay, who understands A B C D if I talk in technically? So I need to provide an meaningful names guys. Okay, now simply I just using on the separate field case, I can use it case this when space then not applicable. When A then not processed. When B then partially processed. Then I'll use first is just a minute. Finally, when C I'm just using then completed. And finally, else not applicable. As I'm going to specify alias name and as delivery status. Delivery something, I'll use text. deliver it as text, some other. Now activating it. See here, two types of case statement, like this or like this. Here you can use multiple conditions when abc field 1 equal to b and field 2 or anything you can use in this case, but here it is based on single select, single field. So similar kind of regular traditional way of writing case. So just I covering both types of say cases in the cds. Okay, now activating it. Okay, simply see here all these things, space not applicable, not processed, c completed, everything see as expected, as expected. Any questions on this till this point on case statement? So here intention is to show how case works. Okay, now I am going to perform some calculations. Okay, I want to know number of date, create date is that system date, open number of days from which it is open. So what is the required days, difference between the dates, difference between the dates. Okay, now see here, simply I'm going to use a function dates between the day. Okay, dates by between guys, days between, yesterday we have discussed it. Okay, now I'm going to use that function as a part of my requirement. So between date 1 and date 2, difference between date 1 and date 2. Okay, so for that I'm going to use an inbuilt function, an inbuilt function. So this is used only for date fields guys, this is used only for date field. Just a minute. So for that I'm going to use dates. What is that function? Dates. Just give me a minute guys. What is that? Between the dates, I think it's not coming by default. Is in between followed by is unknown. It's in it's not this, in between. Yeah, this is the function. Yeah. Yeah, must. Okay, now I need to specify field 1, field 2. Now from which date to which date. Now it is always, for example, I need to specify here date 1 comma date 2. So the difference will be date 1 minus date 2. Now I need to calculate with the system date. Obviously, see here at the rate of system date. Okay, dollar. Okay, session dot system date guys. System date. System date comma followed by I need to know based on this particular date, based on this particular date, creation date. Okay, now as open days. Okay, open days. Still something. Just a minute. At position 1 equation only literals columns parameters allowed. Expression literals columns path system date is things we can take it. Why it's not taking? Just saving it till this point, making sure. Okay. why session just I'm taking as a field. This is accepting. Why it is not taking this one? It cannot take still the thing because system date doesn't matter. Within the same field I cannot use. Okay, let me check on this, guys. Give me a minute. Okay, so okay, what I'll do is I'm going to use for this particular series with parameter. Okay, something in system date followed by data. Just I'm going to use this with parameter, select from with parameter. Saving it till this point, that's fine. Now I'm going to use that field, the value which is entered based on that date. I'm going to specify system date here. Yeah, again it is coming with per unexpected word. Wrong position. Okay, now saving it. Now I used that field system date as a part of here. Okay, now dollar parameter dot this system date. Now this minus this, just saving it. Now activating it. And executing. Now I'm just always provides my system date 010 followed by 03. Now see here, if you get difference between the dates, you'll get the at the last between number of days, open days. Okay, so it is taking date 1 minus date 2. Just a minute, I'll just make a reverse of it. Parameters followed by this, activating it. Okay, now F8 2022 followed by 1003 system day. We can make default, guys, that I'll explain it. By default you can make it 03. Yep, now these many days which is open, but now it should only trigger open should be calculated only if it is not processed, if it is not processed or partially processed. Otherwise this should not be calculated. Now see here, again I need to apply a case, guys. Okay, now see here, for this field I'm going to explain, apply a case. Okay, say overall delivery status, when overall delivery status equal to A, or I'm now applying, or overall delivery status equal to B, then do perform this calculation, then perform this calculation, else display as 0, else display as 0 always, 0 days. Okay, else display as 0, end as open days, end as open days. There is an issue within syntax error. Where is this? This is, and that's open it. That's it. Okay. Now activating it. So here I'm just doing a calculation based on this particular thing. Now executing it. Now see here, you will get that particular field. Fine. See here, now this wherever not applicable, which is delivery not applicable completed, it is coming as 0. Only the calculation is applicable only for this particular A or C, A or B, A or B. So that is the logic we have written it. Obviously, we will check open sales order for delivery A or B only.